Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
100.
Got your attention?
Damn!
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
What is the biggest ick?
People like wrestling.
You can suck my fucking dick.
Hey everybody, it's Thursday night. We're back after a week off. It's Thursday night, Sweet Chin Music, where we talk wrestling. Of course, we got Boston Chris, the immortal Biggie Shaq, Papa Wheelie, our host, and me, Beckerman. So here we are, and we had Saturday night's main event. I have a box to open from Papa Wheelie. I know you wanted me to open it on here, right? I hope it's not explosive. But I'll open it right now. How's everybody's week been?
Not too bad. Papa Willie said you
pretty good.
Arizona minus peanut brittle. I hope you enjoy peanut brittle.
Well, I hope it wasn't a puppy because it's been in here. It's been in my house now for like I had it last time where we didn't have the show because I had stuff to do.
Yes, and somehow you must get it signed.
Oh,
I'm peanut brittle. Oh yeah.
Tell them what to do with it, Pop. I don't know if you know that or not.
Oh, I can get this signed very easily.
Uh-oh. What do we got?
It's Slugger from the Royals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he has a little stamp he runs around and signs stuff with, so I can definitely get that. Oh, perfect, Pop. Thank you. That's really cool.
You had mentioned going to the games before. Like, do you go to a lot of games?
We've only done one this year so far, but yeah, in past years we've gone a lot. The weather's not been great.
Yeah.
Do you go to Red Sox games?
I haven't been in a while. I've been to a bunch though over time. My mother-in-law is literally, she's an unofficial season ticket holder. Like she basically will go and just get tickets for any game she possibly can. And she pretty much like SeatGeek was her go-to for a long time. So she would go on there and just see people selling their tickets for cheap, and she'd be like, "Yeah, I'll take them." So she's gone to like, I mean, I have to say at this point, hundreds of games. She's actually gone and traveled to Baltimore a couple of times to see them play down there because she really likes Camden Yards. So, and I think she also did a trip to see them play the Cubs in Chicago. So she's dedicated. She's very dedicated.
So she's been to some of the best ballparks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I love going. That's funny though. It's even got they had other mascots on the back. There's a whole heck. That's pretty cool.
Wally on there then.
I don't see Wally. I see Bernie Brewer, Billy the Marlin, Orioles mascot. That's pretty lame. Paws for the Detroit Tigers, Athletics mascot, Slugger, TC Bear, Theodore Roosevelt, I know that's the Nationals, Swingin' Friar, Padres, I'm guessing, Pirate Parrot, White Sox mascot, Blue Jays mascot, and Rangers captain. Well, all right. Thank you, Pop. Thank you, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And let's break into some wrestling here. We had Saturday night's main event.
Yep.
So let's go through.
Oh, not you. I'm talking my kid. I'm sorry.
Oh. And I know everybody watched it, right?
I watched most of it, not all of it, but I did watch.
Yeah, I can't lie. Like I saw some highlights.
Yeah, but you have the main idea of it, right?
I think so.
I think, I'll say this much about Saturday night's main event. I think that they are doing a good job with it. trying to help it set up stories for the down. I think that one of the things that they've lost a little bit though with it is the big match feel that they had when it first showed up, when they first relaunched it. Now it's kind of like, I guess you kind of have the idea that like, okay, this might just be an angle to move the story to the next area or something of that nature. It's not really like, oh, they're going to settle it on Saturday Night's Main Event, which I hope they kind of get back to that, like settling out some matches and starting new stories for people rather than just progressions.
Well, Chris, you mentioned actually this one the best rating since it's returned.
Yeah,
this got the biggest rating pop, so I'm pretty good. I mean, WWE keeps selling out everywhere and selling tickets at record prices. I don't know. At times, I find the product incredibly boring lately. Like, you guys know, I wasn't a fan of the lead up to WrestleMania like I had been the year before. I'm still watching. It's just not anything I feel glued to the television on. But we had Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker beat CM Punk and Sami Zayn.
Yep.
Any thoughts about that match?
Oh yeah, I've been joking with my sister for a while. I joked with her first, saying that Sami Zayn is going to be the third man in that faction. Then, of course, we get Bronson Reed. Sami Zayn, I'm almost positive. I have a feeling he will be the fourth man in that faction at some point in time. Sami Zayn is going to go and he's going to join Seth and them. That's just the feeling I get.
I don't know if that makes a lot of sense to me, but I mean, I don't doubt it. You're probably right. I wouldn't pick that at this point just because Sammy works so much better as underneath babyface, like that rallies and has a lot of heart and has the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great. It's just like but they keep hinting at it. Like he keeps, giving these like really just stares at Jay, like, but they're almost like jealousy stares, where it's like, I'm gonna, hit you from behind at some point. So it's just like, I feel like they're gonna turn him heel, and then he's gonna end up going with Seth and them. And I would like to see Sammy still stay, like you said, just the underdog baby face that people want to see win, and hopefully he gets his win, just because if he's able to win the world title as a heel, it doesn't have the same effect that it would if he was that come from behind babyface. So like that's why I think that I'm not saying I want to see that happen. I have a feeling that that's just going to happen, and I don't think it's the right direction for Sammy's
feel like
character.
If he went heel, he'd just be doing jobs that they don't want Seth or Braun doing. Biggie, what do you think?
Well, what was the two teams again?
It was CM Punk and Sami Zayn got beat by Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins.
Oof. My opinion is that what a waste. I mean, at least Punk's getting some exercise, but could you imagine like having Punk as a playable character in a game and wasting him on a nothing burger tag match like that?
Yeah. I don't disagree. I feel like I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to do with him next, because it feels like we're losing some of the steam we had with the comeback.
And honestly, that's it's funny because it's like, like Biggie says, nothing burger with it, and I mean it is kind of true. Like I'll give you that, but like really they don't have it. It's like they didn't plan for him past WrestleMania. Like there's really no plan, and it's just like, what now? Like he's on a revenge tour to get Paul Heyman through Seth Rollins, through the rest of that group. It's just, it seems kind of weird. Like, all right, like the guy betrayed you. Like CM Punk's been a snake in the past. He knows what he's doing. He should move on to something different. Like, hey, you know what? I think I want that world title I've been talking about this whole time that I still haven't gotten a chance to get. So how about I feud with Jay for a little while and get the title, or whatever they're gonna do with them? Or how about me goes after Cena?
Something. They got to do something with him. Yeah, I'm not super into it right now. Pop, are you typing?
I just wonder how you have Money in the Bank, and you have probably one of the most famous Money in the Bank matches there with the two guys that just, I mean, in the last 10 years or so, just CM Punk walking off with the belt. How do you not run that back just to run it back? How do you not do that at Money in the Bank? I don't understand.
I just want to say, hey, Great Legend, hey, TM Nerdy, and hey, 90 says Biggie is YouTube.
Thank you, 90.
Good old 90. But yeah, I don't know. Like, and you know the sad part, the guys who won this match, I feel like it kind of did nothing for them either. Like Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker, they weren't best served in this either. Like I don't know if it elevated anybody. It might have literally just kind of taken a little bit out of everyone's sales because it just didn't do it for me.
It's a weird spot. It really is a weird spot for them, just because I mean Braun. I mean, you don't even have to. I don't even know if I'd make the argument that Braun needed a faction to get, like, he was over, and I mean, could you have had him? Could you have put him with a manager so he doesn't have to talk? Absolutely, like that would have definitely helped him. And you know, so put him with Heyman, that's great. But like the faction thing, I don't know. I really don't know what you're gonna do with that, because I feel like Braun's not gonna be able to break through as much of the ceiling as he normally would have if he was just on his own. Seth is kind of just positioned at the head of that, which is, you know, fine, but it's just like, you know, how high can he actually go on the top of that too? Because he's not the world champion and he's not the universal champion. There's no plans for him to take on Cena. So I really don't know where he's kind of in flux, even though they're trying to push him as like, no, he's the new face. Well, we have to wait a year.
And Legend's defending it. He's like, you know, this is a match continuation of longer going storyline. I get it. It just felt like a placeholder. It didn't feel important. It felt like we just want to keep you guys thinking about this going on, but it wasn't it didn't feel important. Pop, you ready? And then up next, just so you guys know and have your thoughts together, we're going to talk the Zelina Vega Chelsea Green rematch.
Cena and Punk we will see before Deck. And Punk still has the fans. No one loses steam with that match because they wanted to push Reed into the group.
Yeah.
Who the fuck who's Reed?
Bronson Reed's back, and he's part of. Yeah. He joined that faction too.
I almost wow. Isn't it like, so you just had Jeff Cobb, what's his name, JC Mateo now? He can't even be Jeff Cobb anymore. He's JC Mateo, but he just did the surprise thing at the pay-per-view, and now you have a surprise like another surprise faction member out of nowhere. It's like, that's too close together. It's just too close. I think, at least. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I like the Punk and Seth Rollins aspect of it. I'll say that. Like, and you want to keep your faction on a roll, so whatever, man. It's not the worst, but
yeah. And I
just feel like
Bronson.
Yeah, I mean, you got freaking money, CM Punk.
Yeah.
Piss on the rest of those guys. They could be getting some real business out of Punk right now, and they're just wasting time, bro.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
He ain't getting any younger.
No.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
And the thing is, too, like, I'm just saying, like, so, I mean, you got the Hourglass, you know, running low for Punk. You also have that Hourglass running low on Cena. It's just like, why not? Like, Cena should be in big money matches every time. So it's like, it shouldn't be any like, oh, like, we're gonna put it, like, no, like, you know what? We're not gonna waste his appearances on, you know, these type of matches. Like, him and Punk is happening now.
We'll get to that match, Chris, but I don't know if I'd call R-Truth nothing, because he's definitely part of Cena's story. I think he's definitely. Yes. I feel like Cena can feud with you as long as you had history with him, and R-Truth has that history. But let's talk the women's United States title match. Zelina Vega retains against Chelsea Green. I actually really am starting to like Chelsea Green a lot.
I like her.
I'm a fan of puns, and the Secret Hervis cracks me up every time they come out. Like, I like it. And she didn't win, but it takes nothing off of her. She's terrific.
No, yeah, she really is good in the way that she plays that role. Her like she knows her character back and front, and she just plays that well. So it's like she can lose and come out on top. She can win and come out on top. So it's just like she really is perfect in that role that they have her in right now. And crazy enough, she got her nose broken in that match too. So now, she took to Twitter and showed like everybody her bloody broken nose. So now she looks tough. Even though she lost, she's like, yeah, like I lost, but you know, she busted my nose. I'm ready to come back. I want to fight. So I think Chelsea Green is money right now. She's Definitely a top star as far as like if you need her for enhancement, she's one of the best enhancements you can have, and just overall like getting heat and just having the fans into her. She's great. She really is good. I love what she's doing.
Biggie, any thoughts on Chelsea?
No, actually, I don't. I defer to Pop. I only follow 2 or 3 female wrestlers. I'm
didn't
sexist.
think
Go for it.
Yeah, I didn't think you would have much to say about her. If you ever get a chance, check her out though. For a woman heel, I really enjoy her. Like she's got the in real life, she's married to Matt Cardona, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that guy. He's
him
fun.
too. Yeah, I like him and I like her. I like that. I mean, yeah, they all wear the outfits and stuff, but when you see that long trench coat come out, she isn't just a gimmick of giving herself the power wedgie and go. She has personality. You know, she embraced being the United States champion the first. She made the America gimmick, and she has these 2 like lower mid card heel bodyguards, Biggie, that wear suits, and they call themselves the Secret Hervis. Like instead of service, they put the word "her" in it. It cracks the shit out of me, man. I love it.
I think that her and Matt Cardona are both very like. You can tell that they're both very much like wrestling fans, grew up with it and love it. So like you know, she's one of those ones that like.
She's not just selling sex, like.
No.
Obviously, all
she's
those
selling
girls.
She's selling her character.
Yeah, but she actually has a character that she maintains and protects, and
like you know what's fun about her is that like she's one of those wrestlers that I could say like if you put her in the 80s, like she could absolutely be an old school 80s heel. Like she like studied that, mastered that, and then brings that into into this generation, which is great. Because there's not a lot of people that do that. Like you said, like, you know, a lot of, like, not many great heels. She's a great heel. And but she does it to the, you know, like she can do it. I mean, you don't see her do too much serious stuff. Like she does a lot of comedy stuff. So she's, you know, the perfect person to see get comeuppance because she's funny when she loses. Like she's great.
Yeah, everything's great about her. Papa
all those girls are great. Vega needed a push badly for years, and Green has the it factor.
Yeah, I knew you were going to like that match. I didn't have any doubts there, Pop. But yeah, I agree with you. Fine match. I'm not for or against Zelina Vega. I got nothing against her. I got nothing really for her. I really like Chelsea Green, and I don't even care that she lost. I enjoyed that match a lot.
Yeah.
Undisputed WWE champion John Cena defeats R-Truth, and Great Legend. I'm just letting you know, Boston, he ain't having.
I get to clarify because like I'm just like I'll clarify when my time comes because I didn't mean this match specifically. I was saying more plans down the road.
You can go into it now. What'd you think of this match?
All right, so no, it's a great match, and I actually like what they've done with R-Truth. I love that they keep coming back like you're my childhood hero, and like it's amazing. Like R-Truth is another great talent, you know, and the way he's done his character with John Cena is awesome. Where he's just like, I'm gonna beat the hustle loyalty and respect into you because you've lost your way and you need to come back to being the hero.
Nobody thought he was going to win, but did you hear the roof come off that place when he came out?
Yeah.
Like, people love him, and they know he's not going to win.
Yeah. Oh, truth is, there's a reason that Truth is still there. If it's even just to, like, make, like, a joke, come out during the Women's Royal Rumble and be like, all right, I'm ready to go in. Like, no, this is not your match. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. This one on me. Like Truth is amazing. Truth is one of the best. But
yeah,
what I was saying with the John Cena part of things is that like the plans that they said that they had initially for the pay-per-view was that it was supposed to be him and Travis Scott at one point in a tag team match. And what I'm saying is that you have Money in the Bank, you have CM Punk, money, you have John Cena, money. There's a history of, you know, the Money in the Bank event with those two. Put them in together against each other. Let that be. If that's not CM Punk's last match with him, that's fine. Even if it was, it works. You set that up perfectly so that like you have that match right then and there. But you know, I just don't see why they misbooked that the way they have been. And I know that like I mean it just kind of makes you know that if that's going to be like the main event type thing for that show, it's a throwaway show. I mean, as much as anything else, it's just a throwaway show. Everybody should know that Money in the Bank is just that. It's just you're going to get the 2 Money in the Bank winners, and that's it. They're not progressing any other stories any further, really. That's just all it is. And it's just like, don't if you're a pay-per-view or your PLE schedule is so bloated that you can have throwaway PLEs. I mean, what's the point? Have that on Raw or something like that, or even a Saturday's main event. Don't waste it on the PLE. Like that's when you have the most people paying the most money to see a show. Don't give them nothing. Give them something. That's just my thoughts.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, yeah.
Biggie, John Cena, R-Truth. Any thoughts?
Yeah. Well, you know what's cool about that is that like both of those guys, especially like R-Truth, like I watched some shoot interviews about how he does his interviews, and he pretty much has like freelance to say what he wants. Like he's one of the last comedian wrestlers that can just promo off the top of his head and get away with it. I don't even know if John Cena is at his level. Like I know John Cena could kind of say what he wants, but R-Truth is famous for coming up with spots and gimmicks on the spot.
Yep.
And I think that it's very cool that he got a match. Like you've seen it coming. He can still work. He looks tremendous.
Yeah.
Good for him. I think that was a good thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think you waste that on a pay-per-view though. Like that, people would never. You never hear the end of it if that was a pay-per-view match. So just shove it on out there.
But I mean, he Truth, as far as like he's been with the company for a long time, on and off a little bit, but he's definitely been on for a long time. So it's just like I'm trying to think, like, because I remember when he was K-Quick with the Road Dogg and everything like that. I mean, and that was like, I want to say like 2005 or so, something like that. He's been with WWE for a long time. Like he's a long tenured guy, definitely earned his position where he is, and just he's overall, I think, like Biggie said, one of the funnier talents that you could have, and just the stuff he comes up with. And he's notorious for breaking people out of their character, making people laugh in the ring when they're not supposed to. He got Brock. Like twice he got Brock. And Brock was trying to be serious. So.
Yeah, man. I don't have too much more to say about that. You guys didn't. I like R-Truth. John Cena wanted to do this match with him. It felt right. It did. I will admit I fell asleep the first time. I had to come back and rewatch. It was everything you wanted it to be. Goodness, good fun.
Legends.
We do have a question, from the great legend. He said, "Dude, could I ask Biggie, Shaq, and the panel a question?" Absolutely, legend. Hogan versus Cena. Is it too late to happen? My opinion, yes. I think Hogan's retired. He's not moving good.
Hogan has earned his he's earned his retirement.
Do I think that Hogan can get another match? Absolutely.
He could.
I think that he could. Okay, let's look at the match with Yoko in his prime. Like that took 1 minute. He could sneak in, drop a leg, roll on top of him. 1, 2, 3. I mean, you could say he ain't going to. But
he's not dropping a leg on anybody if he came back for a match.
He'll hit him with the 3-piece then. I don't know, man. I'm not ruling it out. I like his last match, though, honestly. The Sting match he had in TNA, that's fine with me. But I do think he wants a little WWE rub for his last official in-ring performance. But we'll see. Like, I never rule it out. You never rule out shit. If Ric Flair could do it at 80 and look like a freaking jalopy, Hogan could do it looking like a jalopy, too. That's all. I'll never count it out. That's my guy. I'm sorry.
He would dust off the old Axe Bomber and hit him with that.
Yeah, man. There's always a gimmick. It's wrestling, guys. Like, you can write up anything. Look how Cena turned. He did a nut blast to Who was it? CM. I don't even remember who he did it to. That's how bad it was. Cody.
Cody? Yeah.
Yeah, he hit him with a nut blast. Like, it's horrible, but it worked.
Yeah.
But that's my thoughts.
All right, Pop, you're muted.
Travis Scott is lacking on training. Or so Eve heard anyways, which is no surprise, just saying. John Cena and Cakewick, I mean, R-Truth was great. Hogan can move into a group home.
What?
Stop.
You know,
Jeez.
they had said not so much that he lacked training. So he's supposed to train with Booker T, and I guess they said that he was flaking out on him. He was missing training and everything like that. So that's why they pivoted from Travis Scott. But they were dead set on Travis Scott being in the main event of that pay-per-view, which is ridiculous if you ask me. Because they just want the influences, and that's I think the trend that's kind of scary with WWE, where it's like they want influences, they want the Logan Pauls and the Jake Pauls and the Travis Scotts and celebrities to do stuff like that. And
they really do. They do love them. They're celebrities.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next. Let's see. We've got Damian Priest beat Drew McIntyre in a steel cage.
Yep.
Ho hum is what I had. I feel like Priest probably had to win that match, but God, there's just something about him. My boy Bleeker, if he's still out there, calls him Timu Undertaker. I don't disagree with him. It's just not good. Whatever is going on with him, it ain't working. He needs to go away for a while and come back with something new. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that in terms of both of those guys, like I think so they've had their matches. They've kind of gotten to the point where like they need to end that, and they both need to get away from each other. Especially Drew definitely needs to have some upward mobility as far as like his character is concerned, just because you've pointed this out before, where he's been putting people over for a good bit of time, and the rub that he gets should not be beating Damian Priest. Like let's not do that. Like let's give the guy a title, something that lets him be actually considered one of the top guys in the company, because he is. And it's been about what, 2 years maybe of him jobbing for the most part, like just dropping.
Yeah, I mean,
losses.
he didn't come out on top against CM Punk. He didn't come out. I don't think he's had a winning series against anyone in a while.
No, so Drew desperately needs to get some wins, get some meaningful wins. Like he needs that.
He needs a good baby face to go up against, and I don't know who that is at this point.
That's the tough part. As they're all tied up with other people.
If it's somebody he can beat, what, you gonna have him go beat LA Knight? It won't mean anything.
No, him working versus Cody would have been good, but Cody's not a champion. But if he beats Cody, like, does it elevate him? I guess. Him versus Jay. I mean,
I don't think you can have him beat Cody. I don't think you can have him beat Jay.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're all
both of those guys can't do jobs right now. Like,
yeah, and that's the thing. So you're looking at the mid card guys, LA Knight, Damian Priest, and just a bunch of guys that like really.
What if you sent them to NXT? Would that be too much of a step down?
No, see, I wonder that. I don't think it's tough, just because they've gone ahead and they've already called up all their big talent for a while. So I mean, him versus Obafemi would be cool. But then it's like
but I don't think you can have him beat Oba.
Oh, that's because then you kill Oba. So it's tough. It's just like if you have him go down there, the only title that he can really win outside of the TNA title would be the what's the one that they have, the North American title, I think, and that just got put on Ethan Page. So it's like,
I tell you what, if you feed LA Knight to him, which is one of the only baby faces I could think of that you could feed to him right now, LA Knight is dangerously close to becoming Otis.
Yes, I think so too. He's like LA Knight, his feud with Fatu, with Jacob Fatu, destroyed the whole movement that he had just because, like, fed him to a monster, and now he's gonna struggle. He's not gonna get as over as he once was, which is sad.
LA Knight's lost a lot in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Which makes it even more bizarre he lost that string to Shinsuke Nakamura just for Nakamura to go away.
Yeah. It's a weird, we're in a weird spot with a lot of people, but I think that, I mean, you can add LA Knight to that list along with Damian Priest. I would say Sheamus too, because Sheamus, it's becoming more and more clear they're not going to give him the Intercontinental title, and that's all he really wants. That's all he wants. And like, nope, it's not for you. It's on Dom right now. You're never getting that title.
Hey D, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. I got home late and I saw my Pop was messaging me, asking me where I was at. I was just sitting down.
Well, we're just we're talking over Saturday night's main event. We kind of got sidetracked while talking about Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. We've already discussed the R-Truth John Cena match. We discussed the Seth and Braun beating Punk and Zayn. Bronson Reed coming in, and then we also talked about Selena Vega beating Chelsea Green. So if you've got anything to say, man, the floor is yours about any of that.
Dude, Selena Vega kicked the shit out of Chelsea Green, man. What the fuck was that? I saw that and I was like, wow. That's how you rebounded from a botched move. You kick your opponent legit in the face. Like, whoo. I'm not a fan of hers. I never have been, but
yeah, not good. Not good. They were I know Boston talked about the broken nose. But man, do I love me some Chelsea Green. I did go on a rant about that. Like, I am just she's great attitude. Great attitude. I'm trying to get Biggie to check her out, like, and watch a match just because I am highly entertained by her, and I was saying to the guys, I think the Secret Hervis name is like hilarious. I think it's all funny. I like it.
Yeah. No, and dude, I heard you guys talking about Drew and Priest, and mainly about Drew. That was a tough booking because you put two people into a program together that both needed to win. Yeah. And that is, you can't have them both win. You can have them trade wins. But eventually someone walks away from the end of that program looking really weak. And, yeah, they need, I wouldn't have put them up against each other. I like the LA Knight idea because he still gets his cheap pops, and, but yeah, McIntyre either needs to get put on the shelf or he needs to start dominating. It's one or the other. To have him floating around doing nothing doesn't make sense.
No, and he's great. He's really good. Being a smart-ass, jacked up heel, I like it. Like, everything about him to me says money, but outside the CM Punk series, I don't feel he's been that electric.
Yeah.
Well, Papa Wheelie, do you got any thoughts on Damian Priest? And he's still typing. Biggie, I think we blew by Biggie. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre.
What did you want to say, dude?
No, I was changing the subject, so you're up.
Oh, okay. I think what's going on with Drew is that he actually looks like a real wrestler, and the rest of the guys kind of don't. And it's just not. He just don't fit in anywhere. Everybody looks like they're janitors or grocery baggers besides him.
And he looks like an actual athlete.
He looks like a real wrestler. So yeah, I think that's what's going on right now. Like, Drew Priest or whatever the hell his name is, Damian Priest. Like, he's the closest to maybe, and LA Knight still looks like a wrestler, but there's like 3 guys that look like real wrestlers.
Could you imagine if somebody like Drew McIntyre went to AEW?
Oh,
dude!
I mean, it would be incredible, but it's just, I mean, the question is how like, I don't think he would be able to stand it there for too long, because it's like, I mean,
it would be terrible for his career, but I just want to see the Young Bucks try to super kick him.
I mean, he would go, but that's an instance where you instantly walk into a place and like, yeah, this place is way too small for me. Like I need to go somewhere else to make my name.
Well, look at how careful they've been with the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah.
They have to choose those opponents carefully, like, because they have the ability to make your world champion look kind of scrawny.
Yeah. Yep.
Shelton Benjamin or Benjamin Shelton. I can't remember which it is.
Oh God. Yeah. Speaking of AEW, what's their biggest pay-per-view of the year?
I think All In.
Is that the one you're going to, D?
Yeah, I'm going to All In, baby. I'm all in. I'm all elite, motherfuckers. I know Pop just wants to disown me now, but
hey, I went to the first one. Oh, boo.
No. Hey, AEW is inferior to WWE currently, and I don't think they'll ever get over that hump. I just, as it stands right now, I think it's almost insurmountable. I'm still excited to go, and I'm mainly excited because I live in Minnesota, and Minnesota's going to be beautiful in July when All In takes place. But I'm excited to go to a different state. Like, my buddy was asking me if I wanted to go, and when he asked me, I thought it was in Minnesota because he was asking me if I wanted to go. And I was like, I don't know. And then he's like, yeah, it's in Texas. I was like, fuck, I kind of want to go more now.
There you go.
So I'm going.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
I mean, ticket-wise too, and that's the thing I would say too. Like if you want to see a wrestling show and it's a pay-per-view, I mean, that's probably going to be the bargain that you can get, even because WWE tickets are out of control. Like Beckerman already said that earlier. If you can go to AEW pay-per-view and it's not, WWE quality, however, though, you are getting to go see a pay-per-view, and they're going to put their best foot forward as far as what they can do. So, and you're going to the biggest show that they have. So, I mean, All In ticket versus a WrestleMania ticket is not even close. So, I say good job. Go enjoy.
My ticket is in the lower half of the arena, in a good spot. It's not ringside. It's not like, but it's still good, and it's the All In pay-per-view. It's like $400, which is not cheap.
There you go.
But it's their biggest event. Like, the same ticket for WWE would probably be about $4,000.
Yes,
probably, or at least $2,000.
Yeah, and for me, I wish it was WrestleMania. I would prefer that. So do not. But I'll be excited to be there, and hopefully I'll get into some shenanigans.
There you go.
Oh, I'm confident you will, D. Papa Wheelie, you ready to talk? He's probably adding an insult about AEW.
Yeah, you got to.
D, I will give you money to buy you a AEW t-shirt and then come on here and burn it on here. Oh,
we'll think about that. I've got to. I couldn't do it in this room because this is where all my comic books live, but I do this on my phone, so I could really take the stream anywhere I want. So we'll hash that out. I did have a CM Punk AEW shirt.
I do too.
That cage match was lacking. I love Priest, but the match was too quick. Drew is done with me. He needs a gimmick change. The gimmick he has now was Vince's.
What, the Celtic Warrior?
I like to acknowledge Bleecker Street Comics with the comment of the night. Nothing touches Fountain City. I do want to know, have you been able to log in, Bleecker? Were you able to watch it? Let me know.
Hey, Todd might be onto something though with Drew needing a new gimmick, because if with the gimmick he has currently, he should be over, and he should be like competing for the title on a regular basis or having the title. If they're not going to do that for him, maybe his gimmick does need to change. And his gimmick is great. I don't hate his gimmick, but how are you going to use it? Like, if they're just going to make
he just
him...
needs a new axe to grind, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, you see how that went with Priest. Like, and when they first announced that he was going to feud with Priest at WrestleMania, it got out there quick that he was very unhappy with that. And not because he doesn't like working with Priest, but he's literally an every week star, like a superstar. He's there every week. And he got pushed aside for Cena and pushed aside for, you know, like all the shiny, like, foo-foo wrestlers. Like, he didn't get to have his moment. He had to go out there and fight Priest. He didn't like that.
Yeah. And I mean, they've had to talk him off the ledge a couple times of leaving. I mean, I want to say his last like 2 or 3 contract negotiations were very bumpy. They didn't know if he's going to sign or not. So it's just like, I mean, if nothing else, like, he's been
please go to AEW. I just want to see it.
I actually, you know what, he would go. He would absolutely be insane in Japan. I think if he went to Japan, New Japan, he'd be a god out there. But I mean, it's just, unfortunately, the roster is so bloated that there's really not much you can do with them. Like you said, like, I mean, just about all the champions, you know, are all kind of untouchable right now, and you know, you can't take the belts off of them. So it's just like it's a hard road for him. Like, he's kind of in that limbo spot, and he shouldn't be. He should be in a better spot. It's just, you know, how many more months do you have to wait until he can get into one of the top spots and compete and hopefully win a title? Like that's just the question.
Hear me out. Commander versus Drew McIntyre.
Oh, I would love it.
When Drew McIntyre gives him the Claymore, it just beheads him.
You know what would happen? I mean, honestly, like, he would get in, and then he'd end up fighting against like someone like Hangman Page, and then he would lose, and it's just like, I mean,
oh god,
when you compare the two together, it's just like there's no fucking way. It's just like, that guy is Drew McIntyre, like 3MB, talking about Adam Page.
You
then
talk about a guy who's had bad gimmicks.
How is Drew McIntyre losing to 3MB Drew McIntyre, and they're gonna make it like a serious loss? No. Like, as much as I know you want to see it just for chaos, just to watch the world burn, he cannot go to AEW.
I really do. I really do want to see it. But all right, let's go into our last one, and that, of course, is Jey Uso versus Logan Paul, a match that I knew I was going to enjoy.
Yeah.
Logan
is really good. As much as people want to, as much as a lot of people would be like, you know, don't do the celebrity thing, Logan's a natural. Like, he's just really, really good. And, you know, I mean, if he decided to do it full time, I know a lot of people who would be like, I could never like Logan Paul. They would love him just because he is that good. Like, he doesn't have bad matches. So that is something I do commend him on. I just, you know, I think that him getting instant title pushes and stuff like that is kind of a pain, but he does the best of his opportunities. Even though most of them are
hey to Matt Likes Comics. What's up?
Yeah. But like he maximizes in his losing efforts. So I'll like, you can't fault him on that. But he's really, really good, and he does for all intents and purposes, because he is such a good athlete. He does kind of make the other guy who's going over look great as well. So Logan, as much as I know a lot of people, you know, think that he's kind of a, you know, jerk and everything else, he's a really good wrestler. You have to give it up to him. He's a very good wrestler.
All right, Biggie Shaq, you still out there, bud?
Oh yeah, I've just been listening. Yeah, it was good. I think that Logan's performing very well for as much time as he's put in, and I think he did well. So that's about all I got. I'm not really big on the USO championship though. Like, it's give or take with me. Like, whatever.
And the return of Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Any other thoughts, Big?
No, not too much. Just good. Go on to D. It was good. Sorry.
No, you're good, man. D, what'd you think?
Yeah, it was a good match. I really think that with Logan Paul, they need to back up the Brinks truck to his house and get him full time.
Yes.
Could they afford him?
Maybe not, but if they can't, then don't put him in matches where we know he's not going to win. I don't like those matches. He was never going to beat Jey Uso. That just wasn't going to happen. So,
they do have the ability to give you stock, so they probably could afford him, huh?
Dude, dude, like whatever they got to do. Like he would make a fantastic full-time performer.
Yes.
And he's great at part-time, but he's too good at part-time. And then he disappears, and he does the same match over and over again because of that. Where he comes out, he's cocky, he's arrogant, he challenges the guy that people like, and knocks him out a couple times before the pay-per-view, and then he gets beat. They need to get him in there full time and give him a good title reign. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I'd be into it.
Yeah.
I think he's a star.
I do got one more thing. I'm sorry. It's starting to turn into the jump house boogie. Like, if he don't maybe work on his ground game and stop passing around like a freaking bungee house, it could get stale soon. That's my prediction for him.
Papa's still typing. What does our chat say? Christina Payne, hey, what's up? Everybody saying hi. Great Legends Show wants to know any thoughts on Killer Cross.
I'll say I like the interviews and stuff that he's done and the way that he's presenting his character and how he's trying to, get himself to be relevant outside of just wrestling and using that to kind of catapult him. I just unfortunately I think the roster is too bloated, and I don't think there's really any room for him to get a big push to be impactful right now. And unfortunately for him, I mean, he's got a good character, he's got a good look, and he's decent on the mic. I think that he could be better and do bigger things. I think that he needs to go back to NXT to do those things, though. I don't think he's main roster. I don't think him on the main roster is going to bring him the success that he wants. I think he needs to go back to NXT and really light it up down there for a little while, let some people kind of move on from the main roster, and then come back and make an impact.
Any thoughts, Steve?
Who needs to go to NXT?
Karrion Kross or Killer Kross.
Yeah, no, he God, dude, they bring him up and his first run on the main roster was really bad. It showed you how detached Vince was from the product when that started. And
they ruined him. He's really hard. I don't know if there's any coming back, and that's what I'm worried is going to happen to Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. No, but I do think I think Cross is redeemable. but they have to just go for it and put him up there.
Yeah.
You know, I think he could do it. He could hang. He just, his merch gets sold like more than like most people at the arena. So like they had to, it was selling out online on WWEshop.com, and he had to like petition them to like sell it at the arenas. And there it's selling a bunch there too. Like he's got the following, but Triple H needs to prove that he's not afraid of a character getting over without their blessing.
Yeah.
And Vince was awful at that. If you got over without him wanting you to get over, he held you down because of it. Yeah. All the while telling everyone you need to get over organically. Like he was just contradicting himself.
Yeah.
You know, like he allowed Stone Cold to get over, but that was a designed push. But like Daniel Bryan was like the last one I could think of where they had to rewrite the script because people were just fucking flipping out.
Yeah.
And CM Punk had just walked out and yeah.
Yeah.
I would argue RVD.
Yeah. IVD had it for a little while, but they did bury him. Like when he first came out, not when he his very first run in '97, but like when he first started getting over, again they kind of buried him a little bit, and then when they finally put the title on him, he unfortunately failed wellness because he smokes weed, and you know they took that title away from him instantly. Yeah,
he got pulled over. He got pulled over with weed on him and got arrested. Like
allegedly,
he was allegedly arrested while he was the champion, and that.
I would guess that Triple H, HBK, and Vince Michaels wasn't really a big RVD guy, but that's just my speculation.
I think.
Well, Shawn Michaels was a huge RVD fan. And
what?
Like they, Shawn Michaels loved RVD.
There was some RVD though.
Well, I'm talking back in the day. Before he was on the roster, Shawn Michaels and RVD like had tried to work out a swap where RVD would go to WWE and Michaels would go to ECW. And it didn't last long because there was no way that ECW could afford, or that ECW could afford Michaels' contract. Yeah, no, it was there was some stuff back then.
So the way I see that is Shawn Michaels wanted to come out and just swear at everybody a lot and have some. But you know what though, it's just like I could see that though. He's like, yeah, I can go out there, I can have fun, I can have heat with all these different people, and you know. But there's no way Vince would be like, no, let me go. You're gonna get whacked with chairs every single night? No, we're not doing that. Like you stay here and protect yourself.
All I've seen is RVD say that Shawn Michaels buried the shit out of him his whole career, but I didn't know about the beginning of the ECW thing. I'll have to look into that. That's interesting.
Yeah, like there's a RF video shoot where he mentioned RVD by name, saying that like he liked what he was doing. It was back in like that. I would say probably like '96 or something like that, like way back, you know.
It was before RVD was on WWE programming.
Yeah. And then but yeah, I think the last person to get over organically like that got rewarded for it was Kofi. And that I think was also done begrudgingly because the only reason why it happened is because Mustafa Ali got hurt. Mustafa Ali was supposed to be the one to beat Daniel Bryan and everything like that. And then, you know, they were just like I think Vince's whole deal with that was that he doesn't want to give in to the audience because once you start giving them what they want, it's hard to like they can turn on you. They can easily sit there and reject everything else you want to do, and you know you need to keep that control so that you know to tell a story you want to tell. Don't let them dictate to you how you tell your story. So I understand. I understand Vince's thought on that, at least that aspect of it, but it is kind of dumb, I think, to sit there and completely ignore somebody who like Rikishi was a great example. Rikishi was like super over in the very beginning, and they would not put him in any higher than mid card. Like you're gonna dance with these guys here, you're gonna do this, and you know, to his credit, he made it work. But But he easily could have been, doing main event matches at the time when he first came in because he was so popular.
I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people.
That's what killed him. They shouldn't have let him talk. Just dance and be a thing.
Yeah, him and Too Cool.
Logan is great. Jay is great. Great match. It looks like we may get Champ versus Champ in the future, and then Cena puts Jay over, and that will stamp Jay's reign as champ, and all the anti-YEETPPL can go suck a nut.
Wow.
What? Oh, anti-E.
AEW.
Oh, okay.
AEW. AEW.
Yeah, have fun with that, Bob.
He's a ticket buyer.
But all right, so following that line, that line of thought that Papa just had, do you really think that would be the ending of his story? Is that they set up the champion versus champion match, and then they, like, out of everybody that's in there, all the guys that have history with him, Jey Uso's the one that beat Cena, and just that's it. I don't know.
Them combining those belts on Roman Reigns was one of the worst things they ever did. You put you put the only heavyweight world championship on a part-time wrestler. So Raw didn't have a champion for over 2 years.
Yep.
And then SmackDown had a champion that showed up 3 times a year. It was awful.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns' run was fine. He didn't need the combined belt. That was awful.
Yeah.
And they cannot combine the belts again. They need to have a world champion on each show, period.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they fell into that trap with Brock by being like, all right, Brock's going to be the world champion. It's like, well, Brock's only got like 10 dates this entire year, so we have to use him sparingly. And that's kind of how they fell into that trap of, part-timers with the belt.
It wouldn't be title for title, Chris. That would be stupid.
Well, that's exactly what you just said, though. You literally just said that 10 minutes ago.
So you must have meant champ versus champ with no title.
Okay.
Which I don't know. I mean, I've been seeing it for a while. I think Jey Uso is going to beat John Cena.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, we got 2 Yeeters. Interesting.
Now they did put.
Now I said this months ago, by the way.
Okay.
I hear you.
I felt like you have been saying it.
But they did put Jay over Cena at the Rumble, so he's already got that moment over him.
That's a great point, D. Good point.
Yeah, like I don't, and it's not that. I think they will very quickly get away from Uso being the champion. Not because he's not worthy of it, but there are too many other storylines that need to happen with that belt.
Yep.
And it seems like the SmackDown side of things is already kind of laid out, with Cena holding the belt probably until Survivor Series. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'm not saying that they can't give it to Jay, but definitely wouldn't put both straps on Jay. That would be the wrong move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with the next topic.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna start to wrap it up here. We have hit the hour mark. We're approaching. Well, we're past 8 o'clock. So, final thoughts about D going to AEW. I know those pay-per-views are very long, D, and that I'm sure are you going to be doing like weekend events too? Will you be going to any like signings or whatnot?
Not that I know of yet, but I'm not opposed to it. Like, I've never been to Dallas, Texas before, so I'm kind of excited to check it out.
Okay,
we'll see what happens. I'm kind of playing it by ear.
if you run into the Workhorseman and you see JD Drake, I'm going to need a signed 8x10 to my friend Steve, Burke Family 54 Comics. Because he does look like JD Drake.
I'm curious. When is that show happening around the time of preseason football? Because that'd be cool to take in a football game too, even if it's preseason.
Oh.
That would be pretty sick.
Did we?
And that would be a very cool weekend.
Did D get froze?
No.
D gets phone calls. He's back.
But yeah, D. When is that show? Is that in August?
No, it's July 12th, I think.
Okay, so probably too early for preseason football.
Yeah, way too early for preseason.
Yeah.
Too bad.
But yeah, if you see JD Drake, tell him Burke Family 54 Comics says hi, get an autograph.
And if you see,
if you've never seen that video, go check out Burke's channel where I got him a cameo from JD Drake, who looks suspiciously like Burke's cousin.
Oh yeah, well, since we're on the topic of Burke, by the way, Burke thought it was a good idea to congratulate TM for adding you to his book club, D.
What was that? Your book? His book club?
No, Burke was in TM's comments last night saying, "Oh, Tim, that's a good idea, adding D to your book club show." That's what TM. So that's a good old fashioned Burke, clueless as usual.
Goddamn.
It's all good.
Well, yeah. So anyway, we got Papa Wheelie.
HRS. D, get ready to sit for 5+ HRS.
Oh, 5 hours at least. Yeah, it could be 6 hours, honestly.
How did we do this whole show and not talk about Swerve Strickland and Joe Hendry? I thought that would be like the main topic today, but that's okay. I just thought that.
That was the NXT show. You're talking about the Trick Williams beating
Trick Williams.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah, what do you think of an NXT guy being the TNA champ?
Well, I think that it just shows WWE seniority. Like, they're just pissing all over the title at this point. So good for them.
I mean, at this point, I think you can officially say that WWE and TNA have the Ike and Tina relationship, where they keep promising that they're going to be good to TNA. They keep promising, and we have yet to see it, because now you have that title is on a WWE guy, and yes, you're going to get Swerve to go over. And I was going to say, with the working relationship that they have, I mean, you could ship some WWE people over to TNA. Maybe that's where Drew kind of picks up a bunch of his wins and everything like that. Like, that would be kind of a good run, but again, it's kind of a too small of a pond for somebody like him.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad for him.
I'm just kind of curious, like, if you're a TNA official, how do you feel about it? Like, I mean, are you okay with WWE having a title, being able to have it shown in places that maybe it wouldn't have eyes on it? Or does it make you feel like a little bit hurt that, your champion got beat by a WWE guy, so no matter what, you're always under their thumb? I'm curious how they feel about this. I'm sure that they love the exposure, but it's like, you do realize that you're permanently under their thumb. No matter what champion you have, it's like, well, it's not as good as this guy. This guy beat you on their show. Clean on top of all.
It's got to be putting money in their pockets, though. So ultimately, it's probably, there's no way it's not good for their brand.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's great for them in that way. It's just, in terms, but like, it's just like, but you kind of know the ceiling that you have in yourself now. So it's like, you can never compete and say that you're better than these guys over here, because it's like, no, clearly you're not, because this guy beat your champion clean, no cheating, no nothing, just clean, beat him right in the middle of the ring. So if you're cool being the I guess B a C show, perfect. It's working for you. And it's given WWE a pipeline of talent to be able to pluck from when the time is right. So good for them.
ITS call. ITS called. It's called Getting Eyes on TNA, you skeptical asses.
Well,
Okay.
thank you, Bob. Appreciate you, bud.
I mean,
Have fun at your AEW, D. You know, the NWO likes to go to their live events. This isn't the first rodeo for D. I think D will rock it out, man. You have a good one, bro. We'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah, I've been to a few AEW shows already. Like they put out a decent show in person. It's a good time. So I'm not dreading it. Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. I think that's it for us. Boston Chris, you got anything coming up this week? Next week?
Yeah, church on Sunday. Me and Hudat did a graphic content on Tuesday. He was talking about conventions and stuff he has coming up. He's going to be at the Dallas Fan Expo this weekend, so I'm sure he's going to have a lot of great content there. For me, church on Sunday, hunt next Saturday, and that's pretty much all I have going on for the moment. And then Heroes in 2 weeks after that. So looking forward to that. Seeing everybody at Heroes, meeting the community, and just having a good time, buying some books and meeting some comic creators.
Yeah, thanks, Pop, for having me. Me and D did book club on TMs last night. We did Identity Crisis #1. Good episode. Go check it out. We'll be on book club. Collector Club tomorrow night for the Undervalued World Championship. Will Biggie Shaq go for 5 in a row? Or will he have to talk to Shaq Tunney about some new plans? But we will see. I'm back off of a odd suspension or timeout or blip. The network is still running. The network is going to be live as far as I know. So appreciate y'all. The hunt's great. Becker's show with the newly dyed Beard Man and Bleeker's. I'm sorry, the Comic Viking and Bleeker's Church and all the other whatnot shows. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Man, I'll be wherever I wind up. That's all you need to know. I'm 10 subs away from getting to 700, and I'm 10 away from getting to 680. Which way do we want to go? I don't give a fuck.
Hailing from your mother's bedroom, D-Runk Comics.
Woo!
Whoop whoop. Tuesdays with Comic Viking, Thursdays right here. Tuesday nights, 4C Comics. You can find me all sorts of places, but I always support the Biggie Shaq Network and everything it does. I'm a big believer in their mission statement of breaking news. And Sunday with Bleeker. And Thursdays here, if I didn't say it.
Oh, yes, Thursdays. Next Thursday. I'll be here.
Pop, get me off of here.
Great job, Pop. Very nice of you to AOK Beckerman, the
Hell yeah,
Kansas City
brother.
thing.
Yeah, I already put it up on my shelf.
I love being BGGIE's heel person, and if you are not down with that, y'all can suck it.
Yeah.
He is Biggie's heel.